Describe a sport you would like to learn. You should say what it is, what equipment is needed for it, how you would learn it, and explain why you would like to learn this specific sport. This is Language Help, and today we're discussing a cue card. A cue card can be about a person, a time, a place, an object, or an activity. Today's cue card is about an activity. Now, how would you go about answering this question? The first cue is asking you what it is, what the sport is. If you're going to describe the sport, you're going to use the present tense. But the question is asking you about a sport that you would like to learn, which means you're not learning right now. That's something in the future that may or may not happen. So it's something imaginary. That's why you're expected to use the second conditional, or in other words, present unreal conditional. So what is this sport? It could be any of the martial arts. For example, kendo, aikido, judo, or a fighting system like boxing, or swimming, or maybe tennis, basketball. You choose. The second cue is asking about the equipment. So it's asking you about how you would go about learning this sport. What would you need to learn the sport? For example, you can talk about the location. I go to a training hall. I go to a dojo. If it requires upper body strength, I could go to a gym and lift weights. If it's swimming, then I need access to a swimming pool. Now, the third cue is how would you learn it? How would you learn this sport? What would you do to learn this sport? It's a question about your activity. So maybe you have a schedule you stick to, maybe training hours in the morning, in the evening. You can also talk about money, how much money you would be willing to spend, and maybe you can also talk about hiring a personal trainer to teach you. Now, the fourth cue is to explain why you would learn this sport. Why would you choose this exact sport? This question is about feelings. And of course, it's an imaginary situation, so you're using the present unreal conditional or the second conditional. If it's a fighting system or a martial arts, maybe you can talk about building confidence or flexibility. Sports in general also instill discipline, so you can have a system in your life that you can follow. And of course, this question is about feelings. So maybe you would feel proud learning something that nobody else knows. Maybe it's about competitiveness. Again, it's your choice. These are just few pointers. Now let's look at our example answer. Given the choice, I would go for judo. It is the one and only sport I'm interested in. It's a Japanese sport, but enthusiastic traditionalists tend to think of it as a form of art. Whatever the case may be, judo means the gentle way, and that sets it apart from other martial arts. Visiting a gym on a regular basis certainly helps the judoka to build upper body strength, but it's nowhere near compulsory in the conventional sense of the word. Judo training requires only a mat or a tatami to roll on, a judo gi, which is a specific highly durable type of sportswear, and of course a mental readiness to be smashed to the ground a lot. To learn judo, one would need to attend 2-hour training sessions in a dojo or training hall 3 to 4 times a week. Warm-up exercises usually take about an hour, and the rest of the time is spent on perfecting specific techniques or sparring with other learners. What I like most about judo is that there are no punches or kicks. It's built on the concept of maintaining flexibility and developing agility to be able to throw others from standing or kneeling positions. Since breakfall training is a must, no one really gets hurt, and I've seen people in their 60s practicing it, so I imagine I would very much enjoy it. Here's a grammar tip for you. If you want to talk about something that you would generally do in an imaginary situation, a situation that is not real, you would use the second conditional or the present unreal conditional. For example, if I were given the choice, I would go for judo. If plus were, which is the simple past, on the other side is I would go for judo. Would plus verb. This is the basic form. Another way to say this is to invert it. I would go for judo if I were given the choice. I would plus verb. On the other side is if and the simple past. An advanced form of this is to take away the if. So I take away the if I were. So in this case, I would take away the if I were. It just makes for natural English. So the expression becomes, given the choice, I would go for judo. No, anytime someone asks you to choose between two things, you can use this expression. Now repeat after me. Given the choice, I'd go for judo. Given the choice, I'd go for judo. Given the choice, I'd stay at home. Given the choice, I'd go out with my friends. When speaking, remember to always contract the I would. It becomes I'd. Now one last time. Given the choice, I'd go for judo. If you describe something as one and only, it means it's special or unique. This may be your one and only chance to meet her. This may be your one and only chance to meet her. This may be your one and only chance to meet her. You may never have another chance. One and only. One and only. One and only. One and only. This may be your one and only chance to meet her. Enthusiastic. If you describe someone as enthusiastic, then this person is showing intense or eager enjoyment or interest or approval of something. Another word for it is zealous. Zealous. My classmates are very enthusiastic about the school project. My classmates are very enthusiastic about the school project. Martial arts. Martial arts. Martial arts. Martial arts are fighting systems that originated mainly in Japan, Korea, China, as forms of self-defense or attack, such as judo, karate, kendo, aikido, taekwondo, muay thai. Example, taekwondo is a Korean martial art. Taekwondo is a Korean martial art. Nowhere near is an expression that means not even nearly. If a singer used to be famous and now he's nowhere near as popular as he used to be, then he's no longer famous. Nowhere near. Highly durable. Highly durable. Highly durable. Highly durable is a collocation. Durable itself means to be able to last and be used for a long time without becoming damaged. Most armies use highly durable boots as part of their battle dress uniforms. This was our cue card for today. I hope you enjoyed it. If you have questions, please leave them in the comments. If you enjoyed our lesson, please share it with your friends. And if you're not a subscriber, consider subscribing. Until next time.